Welcome back to the channel. It's Carrie here from Carrie Counts Cash. Hope you're all doing really well. I'm doing pretty darn good myself. I had a few days up at my mom's house where we just relaxed and took it easy. I haven't been up for a handful of months, even though she only lives like an hour away. So it was nice just to get away and spend the time with her. And now I'm back at it. So today we are filming my weekly check-in for the 11th to the 17th of September and unstuffing anything that needs to go back to the bank, which I will unstuff my end of the month bills with the exception of my credit line, and we'll just chat about it as we go. Guys, you're gonna see it's been a week. So let's just get into it. I am going to bring you a bit closer to the action, so I will see you in a second. Okay, so we're going to start with the 11th, which was Sunday. We went and got some groceries. We got $66.84 worth of groceries. I was going to make a casserole to take me through this work week here. And I was all set to do that in meal prep, and then my mom called and asked if I wanted to go across the lines with her to Maine. We live pretty close to the Maine border. We were over there for a few hours. When I was over there, I ended up buying a pizza, and that was $59.51 after exchange. This was unbudgeted, which is why it's in purple. And if you watched my latest cash stuffing for September the 15th, I did specifically put money on my credit card for this, which I don't normally do. I normally wait till the end of the week and pay it back. But I just wanted to cover that with money directly from my paycheck. So that's what we did, and it's all taken care of. And then the next thing we did on the 11th was get $63 worth of gas, and this was kind of the catalyst for me decreasing my gas budget from $200 every 2 weeks to $150. And I will say that that was a conscious decision. For this week, today is the 18th, technically when I'm filming this, I did get a gas tank full up right now. That was a conglomerate of words that were a little bit backwards, but y'all get what I was saying there. Anyways, so I spent $70 to fill my tank, so budgeting about $75 every fill up seems to be working so far, and this should get me through like the next couple weeks. With that said, I am going to be going to Halifax kind of towards the end of October-ish, so I will be budgeting a little bit more gas for that trip, I'm assuming. So that might go back up and down over the next couple weeks, so bear with me there. So that was the 11th. And then on the 12th, we ended up buying a monthly sticker kit for my planner. So we bought one for October. It's kind of a Halloween theme, and that should be coming any day now. That was $14.09. So we will unstuff that from our budget and planner envelope, and we paid a few bills. So you will see there's 2 stickers here. Really, I technically paid 3. So I paid my power bill, which was $220. And then I also paid both my television and my internet and my cell phone bill. So this in total came to $317.81, and that is averaging about $160 for both the TV and internet and then the cell phone. So I just put them on one speaker because they both go to Bell, which I think that goes without saying. If y'all know Bell, you understand. But that was the 12th in a nutshell. And then the 13th and the 14th were actually pretty good days. They were no spend days both, which I desperately needed because we got a bit off the rails as the week went on. So let me flip y'all over and you'll see what I mean. The first couple days weren't too bad, honestly. We got paid on the 15th and we did our cash stuffing. So my paycheck was $3,364.21. And I think we ended up stuffing like $3,100 almost of this. So this was a pretty decent amount. Now I did keep some money in the bank account to cover the mortgage payment that came out on the Friday. But otherwise, the only thing that we spent on the 15th was $10 for breakfast, which was good. I always do that between my nights. I knew it was gonna happen. And then on the 16th, literally because I had cash stuffed, emptied my change pouch, and then started from scratch. I didn't have any change. And normally breakfast is $11, but if I have like any change, I will usually put that towards the cost. And I don't count my change. If I have the change, I spend it. If I don't, then I don't. So I don't keep track of it because that's too friggy in the long run for me. So breakfast is technically $11, and because I didn't have any change, I had to break 15 for this. So I counted the whole 11 here, which is the difference in those two prices. And then, so the mortgage we've kind of just briefly touched on. I pay this every 2 weeks. I pay it every time I get paid, and it was $339.98. So it's not a terrible chunk of change, honestly. And that was all taken care of, which was great because the 17th is kind of where we fell off. The Saturday was a hot mess. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So bear with me. I went up to my mom's on this Friday, and I stayed Friday night, Saturday night, and I've come home tonight, and it's the 18th. So I didn't buy anything really too much on the Friday other than the breakfast after work. But then I got these snacks up at my mom's, and y'all have heard me say before that chips are astronomically ridiculous in terms of their price. $4.45 usually is what I pay at the convenience store near me. Now, granted, my mom lives in a even smaller community, and so things are not even as cheap as they are here. They're a lot more expensive up in her community. So I paid for a 2-liter bottle of pop and a bag of chips, $9.50, which is nuts because the pop was like $5, which is nuts. So anyways, that was just pure insanity, but we got over that. And then I continued the trend of spending all of my money for no adequate reason. I did end up buying a new challenge because I've been buying a lot of those recently, yes, I know, but my mentality is when you finish a challenge, you either should restart it or start something new if your budget can afford it. Granted, you know, that advice isn't for everybody, but for me, I can afford it. And honestly, any money that I'm saving towards these saving challenges is more money that I have to put towards my debt at the end of the year, or potentially if that gets paid off, come back into my own pocket through the savings challenges when I complete them. So I did buy a new savings challenge. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, in the vein of the weekly check-ins we've had just recently. You will see it on my next cash stuffing. It did cost me a pretty penny, $11.97, but like my Savopoly, it's interactive. It's really super cute. And I will say, if you buy the physical kind of like challenge setup, we're not talking about making it. Some people make it themselves, and that's like, they're really good at it. Now I'm leaving you some hints, so if you guess it, that's cool, but I'm not gonna come right out and say it. But if you buy it, it's a decent amount of money to just buy the things that you need to complete the challenge. But in my tiny little area of the world here in rural Canada, it's not cheap to ship it either. So you might pay like anywhere from $20 to $50 for the actual like the challenge itself, but then they want to charge you like $30 to $35, $40 to actually ship it to you, which is, again, insane. So I felt justified buying a tracker for $12. That was the whole spiel there. That was a long-winded thing as usual. So we will also unstuff this $11.97 that is going to come from my budget and planning sinking fund. And we also ended up buying a paycheck breakdown for $3.85. Now I know I had made that pink one on Canva and it was working fine, but I'm finding that I'm changing things up so frequently, and it's just really like annoying to have to go back into Canva and edit and re-download and do all of that, especially because I'm not like a huge pink girl anyway, so I'm like, it fits for now, but it's not my thing entirely. I will show you the paycheck breakdown I bought, and we will use that moving forward. Be right back. So this is the vibe. It's pretty minimalistic. I love it. It fits everything that I have. I have quite a few sinking funds, so I generally don't always find one of these paycheck breakdowns that work for me, which is why I had made my own initially. But this one seems to fit everything. So I've got my savings here, you know, my debt here, and then this says challenges. I know that says sinking fund. I'm just ignoring that bit. But then all of my challenges I've kind of got like consolidated right in that one area. So this has got everything. We will use it exactly like this for my next cash stuffing. But, I do say but, the next purchase that you will see is where things really went 100% crazy, like psychotic. But hear me out. I don't know why I'm like apologizing to you guys. Like, it really, my financial decisions make a huge difference in your lives, and you guys are gonna think that I'm totally psychotic, but I have been eyeing these envelopes for quite a while now. I've really enjoyed them. I wanted them even since I began to cash stuff, but the person that sells them is from the UK, and shipping was quite a bit, and I ended up buying from Neeks, and I love Neeks, and her quality is super great, and there's nothing wrong with the envelopes that I have from her. And in fact, that's another reason you guys are going to think that I'm completely off the rails, is because I literally just purchased 3 new envelopes from her, and I got a cash pouch, which I am using the heck out of the cash pouch. I think it is a phenomenal idea, and it works really great for me at the bank to keep my money in. So I have been using this, and I will keep using the envelopes, but I think what I'm going to do with them is I'm maybe going to switch them out like seasonally once in a while. Maybe not seasonally, but just to kind of like break up the vibe a little bit and switch it up, because I really wanted the other envelopes, and these are gorgeous, but I just am ready to kind of jump on the train that I've been trying not to buy tickets for a while, if that makes any sense. So I did. It was a hefty price tag, not only for shipping, but because I have 46 envelopes, guys. 46. And one of them was new, but there's all of the envelopes and then shipping to Canada from the UK. So that was a pretty penny. So in total, the envelopes cost me $175.87, but it is literally pretty much a complete overhaul for like all of these binders. So high priority sinking funds, and then low priority. And then we've got my bills binder, and then we have all of my savings stuff. And I did actually go ahead and order envelopes for most of my savings challenges, where I'd just been using like these ones before, which there's nothing wrong with them, but you know, I wanted a little change. I did make the dashboards myself, so I'm gonna keep those, but otherwise expect a full overhaul, and we will unbox those and put them all together when they come, but they're not expected until basically the end of October. And I will also say, not that I need another reason to justify this crazy ass purchase of mine, but I do have like $200 cash back on my Visa and points and stuff that I've earned. So I was initially going to just like stuff this amount and a little bit more next paycheck stuffing, where it is a magic month and I'm not paying a lot of my bills on that stuffing. But I think I'm gonna use my credit card points, because I've been building them up, and it's like, it's only like $200 and some. It's not enough to do a whole lot with, but it is still free money. So I think basically I'm gonna reward my bad behavior. I am horrified laughing at that, but that's pretty much what's gonna happen there. So that's the plan. In total, we ended up spending like $1,303 and some cents. I don't know, I'll put the number on screen when I get there, but that's where we're at. And then I did end up, I know we're not doing today, but I bought some stickers too, which were also not cheap because they are coming from Australia, and we will see how they do because I've been complaining about these ones being like too thick. The problem is that they take up like so much space here in terms of how tall they are, not as far as how wide they are. So we'll see how the new stickers do. I got them kind of color coded and they might not work, but they might. And if they don't, then fine, whatever, you live and you learn. But it's been an expensive spending weekend and I'm glad that it's over. So in total, between the monthly sticker kit that I bought, the paycheck breakdown, and then the savings challenge, that comes out to about like $29.96 actually. And our budget and planner envelope has $30. So that was pretty damn near perfect. We are gonna set that right in the cash tray right here. And that's the only thing we have to unstuff so far, because we will deal with the envelope money if I don't use those credit card points during my cash stuffing. That will come on the 29th. And then next we're gonna pop into bills really quickly. So we don't have a ton to unstuff here. Credit card has $60. Checking is my back to the bank. And that's what I mean, like maybe this was a stupid financial decision considering that Neeks literally just finished these up. But it is what it is. It's like that feeling when you've been wanting something for so long and you really, the only way that you can get over it is if you just ride the wave and go through with it. So that's what I did. So y'all can call me stupid all you want because I kind of feel that way, but I'm also very excited for these envelopes because I love the look of them. They're super chic and minimalistic and really just cute in general. And I've heard the quality is phenomenal, so I am so excited. So we're gonna pull insurance, and in here we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60. So this one will just set kind of back here for a second because that one is gonna go to my checking account. And then we're gonna pull loan interest as well, and there is $65 here. So let me see, okay. Power bill, no. Subscriptions will be pulled. So this is iCloud and Spotify. iCloud literally came out this morning and Spotify will come out on like the 28th. So we are gonna stick this in the money here that's going on my credit card. And this should be it. So this was the money going into my checking account. So we have 100, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300, 10, 25. 325 going onto my checking, which is basically a conglomeration of my house, car insurance, and my loan interest. And then for credit card, we are adding that $45 that we pulled out of both budget and planner, and then of course our subscription fund. So for credit card, we have $50, $70, $80, $90, $105 on my credit card currently. I owe $71.73 the balance currently, but none of the stuff that I bought over the last 2 days has posted yet. So we will see what the balance is, and then I probably will go ahead and pay it back with the points. But in the meantime, we do have this money to go back as well. So there is that. And that is it for this check-in. Leave me something funny that's happened to you in the comments this week because I need to giggle at somebody else but myself. Please and thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.